Welcome, curious minds, to a journey through the shadows of history. Today we'll uncover 10 lesser-known yet fascinating events that shaped our world in ways you might never have imagined. From the eerie spectacle of the Dancing Plague to the colossal miscalculation of the Great Emu War, we'll delve into the annals of time to unearth these forgotten narratives. These are stories of human folly, resilience, and the enduring power of the natural world. Prepare yourself for tales that are as mysterious as they are intriguing. The year is 1518, the place, Strasbourg. A seemingly ordinary summer day transforms into inexplicable chaos. Frau Trofea begins to dance with unsettling fervor. Within days, her dance becomes a contagious frenzy. Physicians are baffled, unable to find a cause. The true origin remains an enigma. Imagine the haggard faces of dancers driven to exhaustion. Some danced until their hearts gave out. The Dancing Plague of 1518 remains a chilling historical mystery. In the vast sun-scorched plains of Western Australia, a conflict of unprecedented absurdity unfolded. The year was 1932 and Australia found itself at war. But the enemy was not a foreign power nor a rival nation. The enemy was a bird, the emu. Picture this. Thousands of emus, those towering flightless birds, descend upon newly cultivated farmland. Driven by instinct, they search for food and water in the wake of a severe drought. To the farmers, they are a feathered plague, devouring crops and decimating livelihoods. Desperate pleas for help reach the Australian government, and a decision is made. The emus will be met with the full force of the military. Machine guns are deployed against an avian enemy. The Great Emu War, as it would come to be known, was a comedy of errors from the start. The emus, far from being intimidated by the gunfire, proved remarkably adept at evasion. The year 1816 dawned with a chilling premonition. The skies, normally vibrant with the promise of spring, remained stubbornly grey. A strange haze hung in the air, casting an unsettling pall over the land. Unbeknownst to the people of the time, a cataclysmic event had occurred a year earlier, thousands of miles away. Mount Tambora, a volcano on the Indonesian island of Sumbawa, had erupted with unimaginable fury. The eruption, the most powerful in recorded history, had ejected millions of tons of ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. This volcanic veil, carried by the winds, encircled the globe, blocking the sun's rays. Temperatures plummeted, and the seasons themselves seemed to falter. 1816 became known as the year without a summer. Crops withered and died in the fields, leading to widespread famine. Livestock perished, and the spectre of starvation haunted both the rich and the poor. The very fabric of society seemed to fray under the strain of this unprecedented environmental catastrophe. Chapter 4. The Library of Alexandria. A labyrinth of scrolls. Imagine a vast repository of knowledge, a beacon of learning in the ancient world. The Library of Alexandria, a marvel of its time, housed countless scrolls containing the collected wisdom of civilizations past. But within its hallowed halls lay a curious paradox. The library's cataloging system, far from being a model of order, was a testament to a different era of information management. Instead of being organized by subject or author, books were grouped together based solely on the first letter of their title. Scholars, eager to delve into the mysteries of philosophy or mathematics, would find themselves confronted with a seemingly random assortment of scrolls. Despite its limitations, the Library of Alexandria thrived, attracting some of the greatest minds of the ancient world. The library's unusual cataloging system serves as a reminder that even in the pursuit of knowledge, human ingenuity often finds itself adapting to the challenges of the time. Chapter 5. The Pig War, a conflict of absurd proportions. The year is 1859. Tensions between the United States and Great Britain are simmering over a disputed border in the Pacific Northwest. But the spark that ignites this international incident is as unlikely as it is absurd. A pig. On the tranquil San Juan Islands, an American farmer named Lyman Cutler discovers an unwelcome visitor on his property, a large, black pig rooting through his potato patch. The pig belongs to an employee of the Hudson's Bay Company, a British fur trading enterprise. Cutler, angered by the intrusion and the damage to his crops, takes matters into his own hands. He shoots the pig. This seemingly insignificant act sets in motion a chain of events that escalates to the brink of war. British authorities demand Cutler's arrest. American settlers rally to his defense, transforming this once peaceful archipelago into a powder keg of international tension. Chapter 6, The Cadaver Synod, A Trial from Beyond the Grave. The year is 897 AD. The setting, the Basilica of St. John Lateran in Rome. Pope Stephen VI orders the exhumation of his predecessor, Pope Formosus. Formosus, deceased for 7 months, is put on trial, accused of perjury and coveting the papacy. His corpse, clad in papal vestments, is propped on a throne. Stephen VI hurls accusations and pronounces him guilty. Formosus's body is desecrated and tossed into the Tiber River. The Cadaver Synod stands as a chilling testament to medieval church power struggles. Chapter 7. Boston, January 15th, 1919. A seemingly ordinary winter day takes a sudden and catastrophic turn. In the city's north end, a massive storage tank containing 2.5 million gallons of molasses ruptures with a deafening roar. The wave of molasses, a towering wall of sticky sweetness, surges through the streets at an astonishing 35 miles per hour. Buildings are ripped from their foundations. People are swept off their feet, engulfed in the viscous tide, struggling to breathe. The Great Molasses Flood claimed the lives of 21 people and injured over 150. The disaster left a lasting scar on the city of Boston, both physically and psychologically. For years afterward, residents claimed they could still smell the faint scent of molasses on hot summer days. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, 1976. A routine task, the trimming of a poplar tree, escalates into a deadly confrontation. 2 American soldiers are attacked and killed by North Korean soldiers. The incident threatens the fragile truce since the armistice of 1953. Operation Paul Bunyan, a demonstration of force, becomes a legend of Cold War brinksmanship. The operation called for the felling of the tree. Over 800 heavily armed soldiers converged on the DMZ. North Koreans watched in stunned silence as the tree was felled. Operation Paul Bunyan was a success. The dawn of the 19th century in England was a time of unprecedented technological change. The Industrial Revolution, with its promise of progress and prosperity, was also a time of great social upheaval. For the working class, particularly those in the textile industry, the introduction of new machinery brought fear and uncertainty. These machines, marvels of engineering, were also harbingers of unemployment. They could produce goods faster, cheaper, and with less manpower, threatening the livelihoods of skilled artisans. Out of this fear and frustration emerged a movement of resistance, a desperate attempt to hold back the tide of progress. They were the Luddites, named after their mythical leader, Ned Ludd. The Luddites were not opposed to progress itself. They were skilled workers who saw their way of life being stripped away by these soulless machines. December 1952. London, the bustling heart of the British Empire, finds itself shrouded in a thick yellow fog. This is a toxic miasma, a deadly cocktail of coal smoke, sulfur dioxide, and other pollutants. The great smog descends upon London like a suffocating blanket. Visibility drops to mere feet. Streets become disorienting labyrinths. Hospitals are overwhelmed with patients suffering from respiratory problems. This tragedy led to the Clean Air Act in 1956. These stories, hidden in the shadows of history, reveal the strange and unexpected events that have shaped our world. From the eerie to the absurd, they remind us that history is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. We've journeyed from the plague-ridden streets of Strasbourg to the emu-infested plains of Australia, from the smog-choked skies of London to the depths of the Library of Alexandria. Each tale, a thread in the rich tapestry of human experience. If you enjoyed this journey through time, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more tales from the past. Until next time, stay curious.